Psalms 5 verse 2. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King, and my God, for unto thee will I pray. In this verse, David makes a heartfelt plea for God's attention. It is not a casual request, but one filled with urgency and trust. David expresses his deep need for God's ear to hear not only his spoken words, but the very cry of his heart. There is a profound sense of intimacy in his words, as he calls out to God as both his King and his God. David, aware of God's supreme authority, submits to him, yet also acknowledges the closeness and personal nature of his relationship with the Creator. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King, and my God. David begins by imploring God to listen closely to his cry. The term, hearken, conveys a sense of earnestness, urging God to listen attentively. David is not merely asking God to hear his words, but to respond to the anguish of his soul, the silent plea of his heart. By addressing God as my King, David recognizes God's sovereignty and supreme rule over all things. Yet, he also calls God my God, which reflects the personal, intimate nature of their relationship. In this dual address, David acknowledges both God's authority and his closeness to him as an individual. For unto thee will I pray. In this phrase, David makes a resolute declaration of where his hope and trust lie. His words convey an unwavering commitment to pray to God alone, affirming that despite any trials or challenges he faces, he will seek no other refuge. There is no turning to any other source for deliverance. David's confidence rests in God alone. This statement reflects not just a choice to pray, but an act of faith, one that is founded on the understanding that God is both powerful and personal, capable of hearing and answering his prayer. Conclusion. Psalms 5 verse 2 invites us to reflect on the nature of our relationship with God in prayer. David's words remind us that prayer is not simply about voicing requests, but also about drawing near to the one who is both our sovereign King and our personal God. It is about trusting God with the deepest cries of our hearts and seeking his help in all things. Just as David found refuge in God alone, this verse encourages us to place our full trust in God's care, knowing that he listens to both our spoken words and the silent cries of our souls. When we face moments of distress or uncertainty, we, too, can approach God with confidence, knowing he is both able and willing to answer our prayers.